Bro, do Benny Hanna. Do switch Benny Hanna. Hey guys, welcome to Big Deck Energy. Awesome news, we recently hit 3K. Thank you guys so much, all the support. Everybody that's been watching, liking the videos, commenting. It's been awesome talking to you guys and being able to share, I don't know, my hobby with you guys. So in honor of that, I made a couple of posts like last week and the week before asking for questions for a Q&A. So today we're gonna get to the Q&A. You guys did not disappoint me. You guys didn't disappoint me. Might have disappointed your parents, I don't know. You'll never disappoint me though. We are going to get a warm-up in and then get to some of the questions. Let's just have a little session, have some fun, and yeah. Alright guys, first question. And this one comes from Sober Skater. And it is, when you're filming, do you just let the camera roll, then pull what you like? I usually stop the session, do a quick edit, then start again. I don't lose stuff that way, but I interrupt my skating. Also, do you edit on your phone or computer?
And like and subscribe.
Like and subscribe. Okay, so for the most part, I just let my camera roll. I've got a GoPro Hero 11, I think, and I stick with that because it's super easy for me to just set it down, film, and then later on go in the GoPro app and like edit through the footage. And that helps me like not interrupt my flow at all, because like there are a lot of tricks that I'm doing, like the ones especially towards the end of the videos that you guys see me battle. Those tricks, like, I don't want to stop at all. A lot of the times when it's like something super technical or just something super big, I have to really lock in and just completely focus on that, or I will lose like the proper feeling for it. So yeah, all my stuff, I just film, edit it on the phone later on. Literally the only time I will ever stop during a session is if like that trick I'm battling, I landed, I want to make sure that's got a really good angle on it and like actually looks good. So yeah, those I'll stop for, but everything else in between I'm pretty much not stopping. I also stop when these guys interrupt.
Hello. Hey, look at this. This is a nut.
That's a nut. Okay, so next question is from Skate Oasis, and his is, who is your favorite skater of all time? Could be most stylish, gnarliest, or the skater you vibe with the most. Oh yeah, he also threw a Big Deck Nation out, so shout out Skate Oasis. Yeah, no, favorite skater, okay, I'll give you a top 5 favorite skaters, because I have a real problem picking like one favorite and sticking with it, and these guys pretty much just stay in rotation. These are like the ones I'm always gonna watch, and at any given time how I'm feeling, like one of these guys will be my favorite skater at the time. So we'll start off Mike V. I learned most of my tricks from him just watching his drive series back in the day, and I don't know, I've just always liked his style, his trick selection, and yeah, he's, in my opinion, he's pretty gnarly. I know a lot of people hate on him sometimes, but I don't care. Number 2, definitely Ragdoll. Ragdoll's Slaughterhouse video part is probably my favorite video part of all time. Yeah, and he recently came out with another video part. I'll probably actually tag that so some people can watch it. It's pretty good. I was happy to see him skating again. Third would be Lizard King, 100%. I shouldn't have to explain that, so I won't. Then after that, fourth would be Omar Salazar. I shouldn't have to explain that one, but he's just always the dude that looks like he's having the most fun skating. Like, he always looks like he's having a really good time, and I just love his trick selection and like the way he skates. So yeah. And then fifth is kind of a tie between Richie Jackson and Patrick Melcher, because they both kind of fit that weirder sort of skateboarding, like the more creative side. And yeah, I really like both those guys. I'm sure I could interchange a lot of other people, but yeah, I've rambled on too much about favorite skaters, so we'll get back to skating and get to more questions in a minute. That was the first time doing a nose manual shove, so that felt pretty cool. Might be a little sketchy. I'm not gonna work too much on cleaning that one up because rain's starting to come in over here. And I wanna have this landing spot for a little bit longer for some other tricks. So I'll save that one for another session. That felt really good though. All right, let's do some more questions. In the Way Clay says, would you ever skate a 7.75 in a contest? Actually, the very first contest I entered was on a 7.75. So yeah, technically. Would I anymore? No, never. But yeah, no, first contest at Heaven Skates, I rode a 7.75 because that was like the biggest size available then. It was like 2005 or 2006 when all you had was 7.25, 7.5, 7.63, and then 7.75 at the top. And then they slowly started rolling out after that. And I immediately switched to 8s. All right, Zombie 40 Cal says, congrats on the milestone. My question is, do you really like Wu-Tang? And do you think 36 Chambers was the pinnacle of their career, or did you like other albums or side projects? So yeah, I do really love Wu-Tang. Me and my wife actually both have Wu-Tang tattoos. So yeah, they've been a big part of our life, at least our, what we listen to musically. Wu-Tang as a collective, probably I like 36 Chambers the best. Iron Flag, the W, quickly behind that. Side projects wise, Liquid Swords by the Jizza is amazing. Anything with the RZA. I mean, Method Man, Redman, you really can't go wrong with any of those guys. All right, next question. And this one is from Fat Dad Skates Bad. How do you go about learning new tricks? Like, what method do you use to overcome fear and not get broke off while learning something scary? So usually for like my new tricks, I usually let the spot kind of map out like what new tricks I can possibly do on it, like whatever advantages I can use. Like if it's going to be easier to rotate front side or whatever, I will try and use those advantages to learn something new at least. But when it comes to like the stuff you're scared about, the stuff you're not comfortable with getting into, the easiest thing I could say is like baby step method. For me, like biggest thing I get messed up about is kind of like down ledges and down rails. So I will literally go through like rubbing my board on the ledge, seeing how sticky it is, popping a couple of times up to it, then maybe doing like a caveman board slide, something that I'm like pretty comfortable doing down just about anything, something that I'm comfortable with kicking away if I need to. Usually on a caveman board slide, I can get away from that one without getting a sack or like anything bad happening. But yeah, for the most part, I just test as far as I can go until it's like up until that point where everything's feeling as good as it's gonna feel, and I have to just, swallow that fear and just go for it. And usually once you actually like go for it, like usually when I go for a bigger set or something, once I actually pop and commit, that's when everything starts to click and it gets a lot less scary. But yeah, that's kind of how I deal with it. But yeah, the best thing you can do is baby steps, man. Like, no reason to break yourself off and not be able to do any tricks because you wanted to learn one trick too fast. All right, that's enough questions for now. Let's get a little more skating in. A little sketchy. All right, more questions. The hammer heel felt pretty good. All right, so next one is from Skate Comeback, and his is a question for creators like himself. What do you tend to put in the tags section when uploading, and have you noticed any success with experimenting that? I've never really asked, and I have no idea what I'm doing. Yeah, so I used to put a lot of stuff in the tag section, and I really didn't think it did anything. I would put like just every basic skate, like thrasher, ollie, kickflip. You know, the hashtags I think do a little bit, but I really haven't seen anything for the tag section, so sorry not to be much help there, but yeah, I haven't seen anything. I've kind of stopped wasting my time with it. But yeah, anyway, next question. Okay, next one is from Dad Thighs. I want to know what made you start skating versus what makes you keep skating. Also, like, what have you learned about yourself throughout the years of skateboarding? Okay, so when I started skating, I think it was really because a lot of my friends skated and then my cousins skateboarded. I got a skateboard when I was like 5 and couldn't really ride it because I didn't have any idea about like loosening up trucks, and it was just like a cheap Walmart board, so I would just butt ride all the time. And then I had a whole bunch of friends start skating around like the end of 5th grade, start of 6th grade, and I had always been interested in picking it back up, but just hadn't had the urge all the way. And then just seeing everybody else doing it made me want to try again. And you know, I got another like cheap Walmart board for a while, and luckily I had enough weight on me I could make the trucks turn, and I've been going ever since. It's like 20 plus years now. Okay, as far as what keeps me skateboarding, I really love just being able to push myself. That's like a big part of it. There's so many facets to it. I completely obsess over and nerd out over the physics behind skateboarding. Like when I get, like I learn a trick so well that I understand the friction and motion and weight and like just how much pressure is going into that trick to make it rotate the way it does. I nerd out about stuff like that, and this is one of the only things I can do that just like completely quiets, you know, my brain, because I've got ADHD, so like a lot of the time it's like, you know, flipping different channels on a TV over and over again. But like, I don't know, skating is just one of the few things that I can just completely, almost completely just absorb myself into and like shut everything out for a few hours. So yeah, I love it. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. All right, we got another one from Skate Oasis. He says, can big deck energy be taught, or are you born with it? I don't know. Next question. All right, this one is from Usario Prado. Usario Prado. Do you like skating big transitions like big bowls with a little bit of vert? Yeah, I do, but we just don't have any that are like really close to me, so I gotta take a trip to find some big transition. There's like one that's about 5 feet tall, that's about an hour away, but it's hard to get enough time to like take an hour to the skate park, skate for a few hours, and come back, because yeah, it's just hard to get that time. But yeah, I do like skating big transitions, and hopefully I will be hitting some pretty soon. Alright, this one is from 206 Dave, and he says, which big deck is your favorite to skate? I really like the Tom Knox Santa Cruz Fire Pit. I can't remember what the name of the board is, but that one. Really, any Santa Cruz model, I like any of the Santa Cruz reissues. Powell's pretty good. I just think most Powell bottles need a little bit more nose, and I'd like them a little more. But yeah, I mostly stick to the Santa Cruz models. From Rot Dog 666, Rot Dog 666. All hail skating. What's your favorite old and or new deck graphic? Well, so as far as old school boards go, it's gonna be the Vallely Elephant, or you know, the Madrid Beau Brown Bat. Those are my two favorite like old school graphics. And then for like newer graphics, I've really been liking all the stuff from Welcome. I think most of their stuff has been pretty good. But as far as favorite graphic ever, that's gonna be the Big Dick Energy board my wife had made for me. Alright, let's finish out with just a few tricks on the quarter pipe. That was my first blunt to fakie ever, so finally I kind of understand those. I'm gonna try one more, and we're gonna call it a day. Alright, before we end, just real quick trick tip on the blunts. So, my feet setup was pretty much toes hanging off the edge, little bit of toe back there, and just a little bit of room to pop. And the real secret was right when I went to lock in the blunt, I kind of locked my shoulder in place so I wouldn't move it one way or the other, and that way I'd actually come back down fakie, just straight. So that feels awesome that we learned that. But we've answered all the questions. We've gotten to 3,000 subscribers. You guys are awesome. I can't believe where we're at. Please stay safe over these next few weeks. We're still dealing with everything from the hurricane. I hope you guys get your time to get skate sessions in. Thanks for enjoying the rides with me. Oh, and also, a lot of the guys that asked the questions were also fellow skate creators. I will leave links in the description so you can go check out all their channels. I watch all their channels. They're all pretty cool guys. So yeah, go support them. That's it for me. Big Deck out.
You know, do like 8, 9 kickflips in a session. Do them downstairs. Do them everywhere. Do a kickflip, man. It's pretty cool.